straight.
London Hot Radio.
Check your systems are offline.
Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
London Hot Radio!
The hits just keep on coming.
London Hot Radio.
You are locked into www.london.
Hello, hi, and welcome to the Lenny and Ronnie show. My name is Ronnie, and
his name is Ronnie. The listeners must know that by now, Ron. Surely.
And what's your name then?
I
just want to know what your name is.
My name is Ronnie. I thought we was meant to have a special guest tonight.
Yeah, I know, but
is she running late?
Yeah, she's running a bit late.
Or just running away.
And she's actually quite a surprise guest, aren't she?
Oh, she's so cool, Ron. She's so cool.
Is she?
Yeah, you will be excited.
I'm rubbing my hands in excitement.
Well, you know what, Ron? I was just about to make a Jamaican joke, but, ladies and gentlemen, I need to say a few things.
Well, I've been told you're saying Jamaican stuff, because I don't want people running after you.
I have to refrain from making Jamaican jokes. I have to also refrain from saying dirty. Is that right? Dirty and disgusting.
You just said it.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to say it again. Sin told me
you just disobeyed Sin.
Are you causing trouble?
No.
Are you coming with all your?
We had a private conversation.
Are you coming
Sin told you to not say dirty or disgusting, and you just said it.
Yeah, you know what, Ron?
And now I've just said it.
I'm not going to say dirty and disgusting anymore. Yeah? I want to apologise to everyone. Hold on, I've got to apologise, Ron. I've got to apologise. Sin said I've got to apologise to everyone he said, let's have a think. So it's Jamaicans, Nigerians, Anthony Joshua, Northerners, English,
Italians.
Belgians, Italians. So I apologise to anybody who I've upset. If I called you dirty or disgusting, I'm apologise. I didn't mean to offend anyone. And Sin's told me if I want a place on this radio station, that I should apologise.
And you won't get paid. Oh, do you get paid anyway?
He doesn't pay anyway, Ron. You know what them not like.
You know what? You're dirty and disgusting.
Sorry. Ron, there's only one of us that can be dirty and disgusting in this show, so can you stop saying it?
All right, let's move on. Shall we move on?
Hold on, but can we refer to ourselves as dirty and disgusting? Or is it
I don't want to refer to myself as dirty and disgusting.
Okay.
Right,
so anyone, any nationality, any person that I've called dirty and disgusting, I didn't mean to call you dirty and disgusting, even though you may be or you may not be.
No,
I apologise.
You're totally going against what Sin wants, what management wants.
No dirt and no disgust.
And the funny thing is you're not getting paid, so you can't even give you a pay cut. That's the worst thing.
All I can say
I don't want him to give me a pay cut because I'm getting paid.
All I can say is no more dirty and disgusting. Goodbye, dirty and disgusting. And this is the new Lenny and Ronnie show on
London Hot Radio.
Clean.
Wow.
It's clean.
Did I do well then? I didn't say
You've done very well. You've done very well, Ron. And I don't say that to all the boys. Now,
Okay.
To business.
After 44 days, Lizzie has joined her mate, Kwasi, and was thrown under a bus.
Oh, dear. What can I say?
I reckon, I think it's the same bus as well.
Yeah.
I think they're both stuck under a bus now.
Well, they say God pays debts. God pays debts without money, Liz. What can I say?
I was just wondering if you feel sorry for her. Or do you think that she should have been given a second chance?
Well,
just to prove herself.
I think that when she came on to give a press conference, she was wearing all black, wasn't she, apparently?
Yeah.
I think she knew what was coming. I think the writing was on the wall because she was preparing for her own funeral.
Oh,
she was preparing. So I don't know what you're pretending for, like we care on. When was the last time you voted?
Well, you know what? In Liz we trust, then.
Who trusted Liz? Hold on,
we don't trust.
Who trusted Liz then?
Well, the Conservative.
Who trusted Liz?
The members of the Conservative Party trusted her.
I knew that.
And then 44 days later, they didn't trust her.
I knew she was no good, Ron. I could see she was breathing. She was a woman. What else can I say? She's. Oh damn.
No.
Sorry. No, I didn't say disgusting, did I? Or dirty. And I didn't mean to say a woman. She's Liz Truss is not a woman. What is she, Ron?
She's a woman.
But you just told me don't say that. You're whispering not to say it.
But you said she's a woman. You said it like disparaging. I'm just telling you.
So you're
I repeated it by saying a woman.
So
but a woman's not this.
Your interpretation of my remarks.
Yeah.
I think you're mischaracterizing what I said.
Oh, did you misspeak?
No, I didn't misspeak. She is a woman. Unless you're going to doubt me, I'm sure she is a woman.
No, I just wondered if you misspoke about
it.
No, are you gonna just backtrack on that? No.
No backtracking from me.
You're not going to reverse.
No.
You're not going to do the beep 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 beep.
You mean like Sin did last week with the Jamaican?
Yeah.
No. All I can say is no. Liz is a fine woman, a fine. Oh, maybe our special guest is going to arrive soon, Ron. Go on, Karen. What's the
breaking news?
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Where's the breaking news?
The breaking news is that the brown man is in.
Who's the brown man?
Rishi Sunak.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What's the English Defence League going to do now?
I don't know.
Hey?
But they're going to be pissed.
I say bring back the National Front. That's what I say.
It's Diwali, is it? Diwali and new Prime Minister's brown.
Well, I tell
The
you,
first British South Asian Prime Minister.
I tell you something really cool about 10 Downing Street,
Yeah.
Rishi. I think that you've got something. I tell you a little bit. Well, I mean, I might get the word wrong because you know what I'm
Please
like.
don't say those words.
I'm not going to say it, but irony would be. There can be no cross burning outside his front window. That's the first thing.
Where would they stick the cross anyway?
Well, there can be no cross burning outside Rishi's house now, number 10. That's the first thing. And the
I'm
second,
sure they've got grass verges down there.
and then the second thing would be, imagine this, anyone who's listening for irony, Rishi has got white people stopping other white people from burning his backside. How cool is that? Hey? And not only that, it gets better, he's got people like Alf Garnett paying for it. How cool. Well done, Rishi.
Well, that's good. I'm really pleased for that South Asian community. They have
South Asian?
a man in charge.
Oh, okay.
They've got this man. You know, it's funny about that.
What's
because
funny? What's funny?
I remember when Rishi was going up against Truss, and I remember calling it brown versus white. And you know, and I said to you that white's going to win that.
Look at
But
Sin.
now,
Look at Sin's face.
now
Look
the
at Sin's face.
problem. Now the problem is that the country's in trouble, and they need the brown now. They need him.
The country's in trouble and we need heroin.
Yeah, they need.
We
they
need heroin.
Rishi.
Oh,
they need Rishi. Yeah, they need Rishi to save us, and that's what he's got. You know what Rishi's got underneath his shirt?
I've got a good
S.
idea. Keep it
S
to
on his
yourself.
He's got an S on his chest. He's a Superman.
He's got an S on his chest.
S on his chest.
Has he? What
Yeah.
does S stand for?
Super.
Oh, okay.
So he's Superman now. So that's what they want. The big,
So-
please, Richie, get us out of this mess.
So,
What we didn't mean to not vote for you the last time, but get us out of this mess now, please, mate.
you know
That's
what,
what
Ron?
it is.
I really admire the way you're so enthusiastically and animatedly defending and bigging him up. But
Yeah.
what do you think they're saying behind closed doors, or what do you think all his enemies are saying right now? Because don't forget, politics, Ron, is about. Ask Julius Caesar. Ask Julius Caesar. Politics is about stabbing someone in the back
All right.
and then pretending it wasn't you before the lights come on. Find somewhere to hide and say, "Oh no, I loved you." That's Boris.
Well, they're probably saying, nah, he was all right. he didn't mean to stab Boris in the back. Nah, we
So-
need him now.
Well, Rishi, all I can say to you is, long live the king. The king is dead. Rishi, watch your back. Because I'm not saying that you've got a target on it, but there's these funny red dots wherever you go. There's red dots on the back. You be careful, Rishi.
Well, Rishi goes to the gym. I think he looks quite fit.
Yeah,
I wonder if
he
does.
needs to go
so
to
he
the
can
gym.
dodge and move
Because
quickly.
he's going to be running like Forrest Gump soon enough. Wait and see. He's going to watch and see.
No, but you know what? Congratulations to Rishi. You know what? I'm so
Hold on.
I'm so proud to be a South. Oh no, not South Asian, but I'm still proud to be a man in a position where I can congratulate Rishi.
What's Rishi do for you? You're
Well, he's a man of colour, and I love it.
You're reminding me of an Uncle Tom a bit.
No, but he's a man of colour. I love it. I'm Uncle Tom. thank you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
I'm Uncle Tom.
you've read
For
the
what
book.
I say to you,
You've read the book. You know
Thank
what?
you. I'm so pleased that you said I'm Uncle Tom. But the only thing I'm going to say to you is that I'm so pleased. Man of colour. In the I was going to say the White House then. But it's in 10 Downing Street. I'm so proud of you, Rishi. You know, Rishi, can you invite me around for dinner one day?
Rishi, I got a couple.
Could he be listening?
Rishi,
I'd love to
wherever
invite him
you
around for dinner.
are,
Pat him on the back.
wherever you
That
are,
small back he's got.
wherever you are, Rishi, right now, if you can look out your window and you see people and they've told you they're building a stage for you to give a press conference, it's not. It's a gallows. Okay, just remember that it's a gallows. If you look high, you can see a rope dangling.
Don't be so I'm going to be positive.
Watch
right?
and see.
Rishi's going to be the greatest Prime Minister of all time. You know, he's the youngest Prime Minister for over 100 years.
Also, Rishi, when they're swinging you, Boris is going to push that chair away and he's going to be using flamboyant language and he's going to be thinking that he's got one back on you for what he says, what everyone says. I don't think you did it, Rishi, but everyone says you're a betrayer.
Nah, he ain't a betrayer. He just stabbed somebody in the back. All the politicians do that.
Right.
Nah.
I'm not gonna mention one because this is one of the subjects that are taboo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Please
mention
don't say the word.
the words about Hindus and Muslims and history and going back
yeah.
with Gandhi. I'm not gonna mention
No, we
that
don't. No, we don't want to go down that
because
road.
any second now, I know that
He's coming.
I'm not going to mention it.
He's coming. He's coming. Oh no! You've ignited him now. You said that word. I told you not to say that word. Why did you say that word?
Sin. If you sin, I'm waiting. If you want to put your 5p in, I'll set on my time.
God. Is this a pissing contest or something?
Look, Sin. I'm holding this microphone. If you want to add a little bit, I'm holding it here.
Oh, no.
It's waiting. If you want.
We're gonna have a pissing contest now.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Oh, change the subject. Change the subject.
I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
Do you know that when a prime minister loses her job or walks out of her job, she gets £115,000 a year for the rest of her life?
I didn't know
realise
that.
that.
She comes from up north, so
£115,000 a year. When you lose a job or you're voted out of office, you get £115,000 a year for the rest of your life. I wonder if I can be prime minister. I wonder if I can do it. Do you think I could do it?
A Jamaican prime minister.
Why do you say Jamaican?
What's your nationality?
Well, I was born in this country.
Yeah, but why do you keep...
parents are Jamaican.
You know what? I've forgotten. Listen.
And if you don't want, you don't want to be chased by Jamaicans. They can run fast.
So I apologise.
Have you got trainers on?
I apologise for that.
He's got sketches on.
I made a promise. I made a promise that I'm not going to discuss Jamaicans. Only Jamaicans who I've offended already. I apologise for that.
And you know what the Jamaicans going to say? Do you know what the Jamaicans are going to say?
Tell me.
A war.
Right. All Jamaican talk is finished.
All right. And that's it. Done.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking anything. Sin told me not to talk about disgusting, not to talk about dirty, not... Oh, I can talk about Jamaicans.
No, let him not talk about Jamaicans either.
Right, so moving swiftly on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
There is a really... I think you're the same anyway. I'm sure you're the same. There's this really great event that's happening next month, and I'm just so looking forward to it.
A great event?
Yeah.
What is it?
I've just got my TV, I've got my beer, I've got all my...
Yeah, all right. I don't want your life story. What's the great event?
World Cup. FIFA World Cup.
Don't get me angry.
The World Cup is going to be in Qatar. This is the first time a World Cup's been staged in a Muslim country. This is the first time a World Cup's been staged in the winter. So I'm just so excited.
Well, you know what I've got to say about the World Cup?
Yeah.
Bring back Dickie Davis and Grandstand.
Dickie Davis.
Yeah, I want to see Giant Haystack. Who's the other one? Big Daddy.
Daddy.
Who's the black man?
His name was Shirley Crabtree.
I don't care what Crabs he had. Who,
Shirley Crabtree.
That's good for him. And what was who was the black man one?
Oh yeah.
Fantango. No.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I can't remember. He comes from Orpington.
He died in Peckham.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's his name?
Johnny Quango.
That's it, Johnny Quango.
Yeah, he used to headbutt people, didn't he?
Yeah, and tickle people as well.
Yeah.
Tickle people. Was he Jamaican? Oh no.
Johnny Quango was from Africa, but I don't know where.
Right.
Africa. But I was going to say the World Cup. I think I'm just looking for. You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the TV extravaganza. I'm looking forward to the pundits making all their
Oh, Ronnie.
What?
Ronnie.
What?
Have you got a life? Do you have anything to do apart from what... You're acting like a northerner. You're acting like you're from up north.
No, listen.
Did you get married in an Aston Villa top or something like that? What? Haven't you got anything to do with your life? You're looking at TV.
The World Cup is every 4 years. Come on. Every 4 years, it's like an event. So what I want to do is sit down. My wife's there. She's going to be cooking dinner.
My God. Oh my God, Grandad.
Bring me my drink.
Run.
And I'm going to be glued to every single game of the World Cup.
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm looking forward to everything what the pundits say. I'm going to be glued. What do you think about... by the way, are you going to watch the World Cup?
No.
I can't believe it.
No, I'm not going to watch the World Cup. I can't think of anything worse than watching the World Cup than listening to women commentate on the World Cup. That would just... I'm not going to listen to it.
Can't women commentate in the World Cup?
Well, the normal pundits are as boring as dishwater or living in Washington, D.C. And then all I need now is for a bunch of women to come on and start talking about the World Cup. That's it. So
you're saying that women don't know anything about football?
Wow.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying women are fantastic and they know a lot about football.
So what is it about women commentating on the World Cup or football? Is it football you're saying or the World Cup?
Well, I'm going to take the same view as...
As what?
Big.
As bigger?
No.
Okay. Have you got
jokes? Have you got
no,
jokes?
I'm just wondering.
I'm going to take the same view as you see these the whoever promotes football on TV, who pays all the
Well, you got Sky, you got ITV, you got BBC.
Why do they not, Ron? Why do they not invest all this big money into women's football? I'm just asking.
They do.
They don't, Ron.
Don't
let them trick you. Don't say it, Ron, because you're going to show your ignorance.
WSL league, the women are just they're getting there, they're getting promoted. They won the Euros over the summer. Everybody is likes women football.
But
now, so.
you know what, Ron?
I don't though.
Hold on. You know what, Ron?
Yeah.
Sin, come here. Hold on.
Why are you?
Hold on.
Sin's tired, man.
Sin, is this mic on? It is. Hold on 1 second.
Where's he gone? Oh, he's getting what Lenny's doing. He's coming off his chair now. The problem is, it's 5'5". The chair is 6'5", so he's got to climb off the chair, and then he's got to just go along a little bit along, all right, and then get back on the chair, and he's got to climb up again. So what's happening now is that he's now gone to the right of me, and in the middle we've
got Anuska here, a guest of ours. We'll introduce her in a minute, but her name is Anuska, and we will tell you her speciality in a second. We'll tell you her speciality, but she's frowning and growling as soon as I mentioned women, so she's coming early, a little bit early, to talk about... so this is a female going to talk about females playing football. Do you want to place your question again, Ronnie, so that a woman can answer it?
You're saying to me that a pundit can't talk about football.
I'm saying that women pundits are extremely boring, and Anuska's frowning and growling at
But
me.
why is that?
Well, what you actually said was about the investment level, and I was frowning that people don't actually want to watch women footballers in the
that's
same
interesting.
way.
So are you saying, Anuska, that what I'm saying
What
is
way do they want to watch women football then?
Well, not as much as they want to watch men.
That's true. That is true. I have to agree with that. But what I'm saying to you is that the interest is getting higher and higher. I know that.
Hold on. I said that women are boring. The punditry is boring, and you said it wasn't. So Anuska actually seems to have come in on my side. A female seems to have come in on my side.
No, but remember, Anushka. Hold on. Anushka is Anushka's opinion. Remember,
but she's a female.
But
so
it's a female opinion, and Anushka's one person.
Yeah, but
There's
still,
women out there who would run down to the studio and beat you up for saying that.
Anuska is allowed her opinion, and from a female standpoint, it's mega important. It's the only opinion,
of course,
that counts.
Of course,
because she's a
But
female.
there's lots of women who would disagree.
So Anuska, you seem to be looking like a rabbit in a headlight. So can you?
Well, I'm just trying to think what else we can liken it to. It's a bit like comedians and comedians.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I would say that men on balance are funnier.
Yes, I've had that discussion before, and I do believe men are funnier.
So all the ladies that are listening to this,
I do believe men are funnier.
before you come down and punch me in my face, this is a female, a very beautiful female saying.
Yeah.
Say it one more time, Anuska. Please say it one more time.
Which part?
That women and men are fun.
Well, the comedians, I think, on balance, men are funnier. And I think in terms of women's football, it doesn't have the same attraction level as men.
So what do you think about the pundits? Do you watch football, by the way?
No, not particularly.
Do you ever think you've ever watched a woman pundit just bypassing? You may watch it, walk past the TV and you see a woman commentating on football or anything like a punditry. Have you ever seen women or heard women talk about football?
I have done. I think, is it Gabby Logan? I think she's
Oh,
probably
yes,
she's probably
yes.
one of the more credible ones.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one with short blonde hair who used to be a horse rider.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes, I know.
Who kind of
She
participated.
doesn't really talk about football too much, but I know who you're talking about.
She
Yeah.
talks about horses or
But
Wimbledon.
the athletics, she's more.
I
But I was going to say to you, but Lenny, you've
I
made
think
a
it depends on. I think it depends on the sport. So if you have women pundits doing athletics and things like that, where they've participated and it's quite a physical sport, then actually it does translate really well.
Yeah.
I think in football there isn't the same physicality, and I think sometimes the language and the passion doesn't translate.
But Lenny's made this controversial remark. He says...
Controversial?
Yes, you did. You said women are boring enough to talk about football.
So,
I don't understand that.
If you change the word controversial to truthful and honest, it means the same thing. I'm allowed my opinion, and there's only one thing that I can think of that puts me to sleep quicker than listening to Gary Neville or Phil Neville, whatever Neville is, or Gary Lineker, or it's only one, and that's listening to a woman bang on about football. Bang on, bang on, bang on.
Do you think that part of that is maybe that they don't have the camaraderie with their male counterparts as well? Or is it because the game itself, when it comes to female football, doesn't have the physicality and the exposure, and we haven't all been, kind of exposed to the same level of acceptance?
Well, Ronnie, I think that's a question for you,
No.
Ron.
I actually
Because,
disagree. Because I've heard some women pundits talk about football, and I was really impressed.
Some.
Very impressed. Most of them are very good. They're very knowledgeable.
But we're all conditioned, aren't we? We're
yeah.
conditioned to have a certain kind of viewpoint and a certain type of acceptance as to what we find credible or not. So maybe there's a balance somewhere in between all of our points of view.
I mean, they're starting out. They're at the first stages of getting into punditry and all that sort of stuff. So, but I think I'm very impressed.
But it's about the relatability and credibility. So because women's football isn't quite on the same stage, I think maybe also subconsciously that's why people don't think they're as credible.
Yeah, I mean,
just to play devil's advocate.
No, the truth is that I've never sat down and watched a women's football game.
That's because it's boring.
No, I tell you why. You know what? I'm gonna.
They don't fall on the floor quite as much, and it's a little bit prissy, maybe.
I'm gonna stop short of boring. I'm saying that maybe I'm just not got used to it yet.
Exactly.
That's
So
all I'm saying.
it's a different type of experience without the physicality that we're used to.
Yes, that's
In
right.
the same way that female rugby players.
Oh,
but
gosh.
equally, if you were to look at maybe gymnastics and floor, the expectation from men and women again is going to be
course.
different. We
course.
are all conditioned to think that certain genders are better at this, and we're just acclimatized to it. So I think
I mean, football to me is I think in the end we're going to look at women's football the same as men at some point.
Yes, in the future.
But, I mean, there's certain sports like boxing. I just cannot.
Okay, I'm going to put it out there. I don't think women
look
are
at
as
boxing-
good at being fire people or whatever you call them.
Fire.
I don't think they have.
What about in the army, Nuska?
I think
Front line and stuff, fighting and shooting and running up and down and stuff like that.
I think the level of exposure and the conditioned natural protectiveness of men and camaraderie shifts, and I think there's an extra level of danger for women on the front line, which will compromise their counterparts.
What we need to
Big
do
up the
with
women
Inishka-
firefighters.
Inishka?
Hey, they be looking hot by
Yes.
the way, yo.
Yeah,
Big
but
up
I don't want
the
about
would
They've
you-
got to have
would-
certain
I don't want-
fatigue, they
I
got
want
to
to
have
know they
certain
can-
fitness.
Can I
Whoa,
carry you
let
I
me
want to know
finish.
that they can put out a fire. I don't care about being hot.
They got that. Yo, big up the firefighting women.
But what I want to
But
say.
could I carry you out of a burning building?
Yes, exactly.
One second,
exactly.
Anushka, hold on 1 second.
But one thing I
Anushka,
need to
hold on,
know-
one second, Ron. Anushka, I want you to ask that question again, please, without men shouting you down. Answer that question. Ask that question one more time. You just asked that really good question. Ask it.
I do not have the physicality to rescue someone in the same way as a man. Doesn't mean I'm equal of worth and I don't have my place, but there are some things that physically, it's not about gender or importance, that I am just not best placed to do. And that would be the same for some men, arguably, but the people that I want up the ladder are strong, big men that can carry me down.
What we need to do, though, with you, Anushka, we need to get you on our podcast, which is going to be later on.
Well, before we do
Yeah,
that,
we need to-
we need.
So we can push on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lenny and Ronnie show, but we have a special guest, Anushka, with us, and Anushka is going to, before we carry on with the show, she will be with us for the podcast, but she's going to just spend
Very interesting.
she's going to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Interesting.
I know this is kind of a little bit unusual, but we want Anushka to tell you.
I'm going to whisper it because she's very interesting.
We want Anushka to tell you when Ronnie's doing his sexy Teddy Pendergrass voice.
So much things to say right now. She's got so much things to say. That's what Bob Marley said.
Ronnie, why are you being a pussycat, Ron? Ron, why are you being
Oh, just a second. I don't know. It's just.
Ron, what we're going to do is give Anushka 3 minutes, 4 minutes, to tell the listeners about herself for the podcast, which will follow. If you're interested in what Anushka has to say, please listen. The floor is hers, and she's going to introduce herself and tell you exactly what she does.
Please
Go on,
listen to
Anushka.
the podcast.
Hello, I am Anushka Kasano. What I do is medical and cosmetic tattooing. I'm particularly well known for hair restoration, so a lot of you may, or some of you may know it as scalp micropigmentation. And we, I think, are going to be talking about the kind of benefits and the social impact and pressures of young people, both men and women. Actually, I quite often get asked, is it mainly men that I see? And the reality is no, I've always specialised in working with women. And what the impacts are, not just in terms of gender split, but also other additional pressures. So Muslim women wearing hijabs, there's an awful lot of complexity around relationships of how we are perceived and how we wish to be perceived.
Let me ask you a question, Anushka. Has your client base changed recently, or do you find it's changing?
Yes, I find that there's much, much, much younger clients coming to see me, not just with hair issues, but also barber, which is alopecia within the beard. I do a lot of work with transgender clients. I do work all over the body as well, so I do scars and skin. But I have to say that with all of the work that I do that encompasses medical, specifically focusing on hair, the individuals that I treat exponentially are more prone to, broadly speaking, depression than any other, even post-cancer patients that I work with. The level of pressure that they have around hair, regardless of age, gender, education, where they fit within society, has a very, very profound effect on how they live their life.
You know, I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of your podcast.
Thank you.
I'm just,
So please do ask questions if you have anything, because one of the things that a lot of people say to me when they sit down is, I'm not vain. And you know, my biggest response to them is, it isn't about vanity, it's about communication. And in today's society, you know, I always give an example. If you have a spot on the end of your nose, you're always going to be looking down. You're not going to be communicating. It is going to have a profound effect on how you live your life and your potential of what you can realise. So it's not about vanity.
This is something we discussed one time before. But yeah, anyway, look, listen, I don't know where Lennie is. I don't know can you climb back onto your chair, Lennie?
He's throwing a hairline so I can do it.
So just keep climbing, keep climbing. Have you got to the top? Yes, you have. Right.
Hold on. So,
we're going to be working on Lennie's head.
Yes.
I've been trying.
Anushka will be back, and we're going to be discussing all the stuff that she said and more. Because, as I say, Anushka's kind of interesting.
Yeah, she's very interesting.
She's got. I've never heard her. I've never heard her interpretation of life before. Never, ever heard it. And plus, not only that, she just backed me against Ronnie with the football.
And I hope that Anushka can open up, you know, as much as she can, and understand if you can't.
Yes.
But I hope you can.
No, she'll be fine. Just give her some vodka and orange or whatever on. You know it is.
That'd be Jack Daniels and Coke.
I don't want you to say what you don't want to say, but yeah.
She'll be on the tables any minute now with showing everyone her kit and doing the can. You know what they're like, Ron. You know what they're like, Ron.
Anushka, I'm going to ignore that comment.
Yeah, so am I.
Oh, charming, so I might as well be invisible. So go on, Ron, what was we saying, Ron? Because now I've got an ally to back me when I say that women are boring when it comes to commentary.
And I'm sure that Anushka didn't mean that.
And anything that's worse than a woman doing football commentary is a northern woman doing commentary.
I don't
A
know.
woman sounding like Alex Ferguson doing commentary.
Yeah,
sorry, ladies. Stick to singing Eurovision.
I wouldn't say that she's boring.
So go on, Ron, what was we saying? We were moving. Go on.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about punditry. I mean, I know you're talking about the women punditry. We're talking about. I don't know if you want to go on to any more about punditry, but what I was going to talk to you, push it on a little bit more, just to extend it, was to talk. By the way, the countries were involved in the World Cup.
Gordon Bennett.
Did you?
Hold on, fantastic. You know what, Anushka? What do you think of who is it? Ron Kuwait? Where is it being held?
No,
Kuwait?
Qatar.
That's it. I knew it was somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I was actually mulling over a different point when you said how excited you were
Here we go.
about it being whatever the World Cup is, and then it made me think about how often do we vote on our Prime Minister, and why isn't it? Is 4 years. It's exactly 4 years. Why does the country not have the same level of interest, given the countries that you're about to quote do not have enjoy the same freedoms of voting and influence that we do, and yet we're talking about Qatar, but we're not actually looking
the trouble is there's no football involved, is there? There's no football involved. No one's kicking the ball. That's the excitement, you see. That's the emotional excitement about football. Ask Lennie what it means about when you watch football. Isn't it that emotion what comes out?
Oh, not when it comes to him. No.
I don't think they would say yes.
I need to tell you, Ron. I think anyone who follows football, I need you. I've got a phrase to say. Yeah. You know, I'm not allowed to say that, am I?
No, don't say the phrase. Don't say the
I'm just going to say, I think that football
disgusting. Go on.
has a place, for sure. Yeah. But it's the most overrated undervalue for money thing there is. And I can't work out why people who can barely feed themselves want to go and give people who've got so much money more money when you can't even feed your cat, your dog.
It's all about.
It's about escapism.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm going to say. Actually, you said a better word. I was going to say it's all about entertainment, but yes, it's
okay.
escapism.
So let me just. So what you're saying is, my life is not as good as it could be, and I'm going to go and pay rich people who wouldn't even spit at me from their expensive cars to entertain me, cuss me out, and then go back to my shit life. That's what I'm doing.
And with those same feelings, I'm not going to plough them into politics that might actually enable me to have a voice.
So why? So to me,
Well, it's like just going down the pub and having a drink with your mates.
But if we're talking about colours, we've got different politics that we can all put our colours to and have our tribes. Why don't people do that? I wonder
Well,
why.
you know, talking about tribe, football's tribal as well. It's about really. I'm a Aston Villa supporter. I'm a Chelsea
It's
supporter.
identity.
So
but
I
it's a
am
politics
different from
identity.
you. Yes, I know, but politics is boring. You ain't got no
You know what,
football.
Ron?
There's no football.
So-
We're not kicking the ball. There's no goal. There's no goalkeeper to be. There's not that. You know that feeling when you get when you score a goal.
No, I don't
it's
know.
better than.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But did you say it's better?
No.
I hope your wife ain't listening to this. It's better than you.
No, I
got no shame.
didn't say that. No, I didn't
You
say
did
that.
say-
I didn't say that. I did not say
anyone
that.
listening
I
to
With
didn't
this-
say
his
that.
wife is what he said.
Okay.
Is
That's-
with your wife.
Thank you.
Anyone
But I didn't even
listening,
say that. I did not say that.
Rewind and listen to what Ronnie
I
said.
did not
But
say that.
what
I
wanna
did not say that. But anyway, carry on.
I want to address what Ronnie says about tribes. There's no loyalty in football. Okay, tell me.
There's no loyalty in politics.
There's no
Exactly.
loyalty
So
in
this is
life,
where I'm saying there's
period.
similarities.
It's a human thing.
There's no loyalty in it. So a football player, let's say just for argument's sake, a football player is going to get 100 grand a week to play at Everton. If Man United come in and offer him 120, he's going to say, "No, I can't. I'm loyal to Everton."
Yeah.
Not in a million years, he's not. There's no loyalty, Ron, in anything.
Well, no, a football player, yes, but a fan, no.
A fan,
A fan would never go from Everton to.
You know what?
There are some fans who would not do. You know what? It's funny. I remember once
So now
at
you're gonna-
work. No. Just think. To give you an
carry
example.
on,
I know
what
it's not as extreme as what you just said about giving money, but I remember. You know what's that thing that they call Secret Santa?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you know about Secret Santa?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Somebody bought one of my colleagues a Tottenham cup, and he's an Arsenal supporter. And when he opened the present,
That was
and saw
war.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I laughed. Everybody's laughing. And this guy did not laugh, and he was absolutely pissed.
Did he think it was orchestrated deliberately
Even
to
if it
ostracise
was,
him?
it's still a joke, and it's not.
Oh, you're
but
not
he
allowed to have
really-
jokes, so you know that now.
Yeah, but he was really angry. Really angry. So just saying to you, that tribal instinct in them. They believe Aston Villa fan is different from a Chelsea fan, from a Tottenham fan, from a Arsenal fan, a Millwall fan. They're different. Look at you when you look at Millwall. You used to be a Millwall fan. You know what it's like. And you, I'm sure you were different. You didn't like Charlton fans.
Anyone listening to Ronnie, he was clearly joking. I care about as much about Millwall as I do about Enoch Powell's.
Listen, don't
housekeeper.
disrespect the Millwall supporters. You know what they're like.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. You know what, Ron? I can't even bother with you. All I can say to you is this: there's no loyalty in football. There's no loyalty in football at all. There's no loyalty in anything. All those fans would change quick time.
Okay.
If their mates were with them, beside them, they'd all change their chance quick enough.
You know what?
So don't kid yourself.
I think. I mean, you're such a bozo, but you know what?
Oh,
that
yeah.
means we're going to go into bozo of the week.
Bozo of the week.
So what I'm going to say.
Hold on. We're going to go for Bozo of the week, and
I'm gonna ask, you know what? Now that I'm going to ask our special guest actually.
there's three of us, so we can have
Yeah.
three Bozos.
Yeah.
But you haven't explained to Anuska what a Bozo of the week
Well,
is, Ron.
the bozo of the week is somebody. Have you heard of Bozo the clown?
Yes, I have.
No, Bozo the clown acted a fool. He was an idiot, absolute idiot. He was total. Couldn't do nothing right.
Yeah, a bit like Quasi or Boris Johnson.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
'Cause-
So, do you know what Bozo of the week means? No.
Yes.
But
Absolutely ridiculous. They just can't do nothing right. He's an idiot. He's just.
So every week, Ronnie has introduced us to the show from last week.
oh, do we get voted?
Yeah,
No,
we
no,
vote.
you can choose one. I'm putting you on the spot.
That's a good idea.
I'm putting you on.
New concept.
I'm putting you on the
Wow.
spot. But last week we had Quasi and we had Liz.
Well, no, Ron, we're not going to put Anuska on the spot. You're going to be first.
Oh, you want me to spot? Okay.
As you're the first person.
Okay. I could tell you. I could tell you my bozo of the week is.
Oh, look, Ronnie, don't worry.
So
we
is this in the public domain then?
Yes,
Yeah,
anyone
anybody you've read
anyone. We can have ex-partners, ex-wives,
it could be
neighbours,
anybody.
anybody at all. But we have to be careful because we don't want to get sued. Because you know what Sin's like already, Ron. You know what he's like. Last week he snatched the. Anyone remember last week? Sin snatched the mic off of me twice,
God, yeah,
pushed me on the floor, and cussed Ronnie out twice. He did
It's
that.
quite easy to put you on the floor because you're not that far from the floor.
Very easy. I'm like an action man. He just ragdollied me, pushed me on the floor, and cussed Ronnie out.
You know what?
And Ronnie did nothing. Sorry, Ron.
Yeah,
Ronnie just accepted.
laugh.
Oh, you did. It's true.
did
And you
laugh.
said he forgot to say Guan or something like
Yeah,
that.
I will.
That's it. So, are you ready, or
Yeah,
should we get?
yeah.
should
I've
we
got my
invite-
bojo of the week.
Right, who's your bozo of the week?
Yay.
Who's Yay?
Yay is
Tony Montana calling cocaine.
Kanye West is Yay.
Oh, is that his name? He changed his
Oh,
name
I
again.
didn't know that either. Oh my goodness.
Hey, big up Ye in the building for real. Hey,
No, I'm not going to clap Yay. He's a bozo.
big up Ye in the building.
Hold on. What, Ron? Why is Yay a bozo? Why? Tell us
Well,
why.
You know what?
Tell us.
He made a comment which I was just so disgusted by this week.
You're not allowed to say disgusted,
Oh,
Ron.
sorry.
Disgusting.
Am I going to get pay cut?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm not going to get pay cut, am
No,
I?
you're good.
I'm definitely not going to get a pay
You were
cut.
disgusting.
No. All I want to know is am I going to get a pay cut? Did you
Ron.
say no?
Ron.
Oh, good.
Ron,
Thank
can
you.
you tell us why
Thank you.
Kanye's disgusting?
Oh, you're not going to get a pay cut, are you? Because you don't get paid.
I don't get paid.
All right. All right,
I get universal credits.
All
It
right,
doesn't
so-
matter.
All
Go
right,
on.
yeah. Reason why I think Ye is disgusting because he made
Yeah.
disgusting again. Because he made a comment this week which just what can I say? Anyway, he said that George Floyd died of an overdose. It wasn't.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
And I thought to myself, it made me sick. It made
Okay,
me sick when he
before
said
we
that.
go
because
any-
everybody knew what George Floyd died of.
Yeah, you know what, Ron?
No. You ran with what?
Yeah.
Just so that you didn't watch anybody in Asia die
Yeah,
in Beirut and everywhere else because they knew you were going to do that. Kanye was like, well, you'll see. But you'll see.
So,
Just
for Ronnie's saying that Kanye West is bozo of the week.
He's big, yeah. Absolute bozo of the week.
So now, and let's go with your bozo of the week.
Oh, I'm going to have to think about that being thrown in. I've not been really
Yeah, Lenny.
in current affairs all this week.
Yeah, it could be somebody you know, actually. It could be somebody you know, even somebody you know. You have to say the
Oh, well,
name.
I'm not allowed to say right now.
Yeah, if it's somebody, not even if you don't have to name them, but you can say what they did or he or she did. It could be that, but don't know. You think about it, Lenny. Who's your bozo of the
I'm
week?
going to say my bozo of the week is probably going to be the lead singer of Hot Chocolate because of the way he done his hips like a hula hoop when
Why
he
are
was
you
wearing.
speaking ill of the dead?
Is he dead?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
was he?
Errol Brown.
Yeah, I like him. That's what I'm saying. He's wiggled his waist really nice.
He
I
wasn't
believe
bozo
in
of the
miracles.
week. How could he be bozo of the week? He's in the grave.
Sorry, I didn't know that was a segment we was doing. Hold on. Do you remember? Okay, I'll take it back. How about Roy Wood?
Roy Wood, I don't know about him.
I
if
wish
he's
it would
dead.
be
I wish
Christmas.
he-
Yeah, why would he release that song? Why would he do that, Ron?
So you haven't got a real bozo of the week then?
So wait.
Oh, here we go.
Everyone's bozo of the week, yeah, is like no bozo of the week. Like you couldn't actually officially find. You had
No,
the whole week
think
to
we might have
find
to
one
admit that we
official
have to,
bozo
yeah.
of the week, and you couldn't find one.
You know what?
But no,
Especially
big
on
up
the
him
week,
for
that's
Kanye.
why.
Kanye could be a bozo of the week. So you know what? Big up Ronnie for saying Kanye. But that's a whole nother podcast right there. But boom.
So,
Well, I think-
ladies and gentlemen, I did have a bozo of the
What
week.
about Curtis Jackson's son?
Who's Curtis Jackson?
Absolutely.
Oh, 50 Cent.
Marcus, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last week, that was.
Yeah, we did that already a couple of weeks. So, and look, I can't.
I need more of the week. It's only Monday.
Okay, but what about last week? Or the
I'm still feeling like there could be potential in the world.
Oh, well, you know what? Ronnie's got
There's
his.
loads of bozos.
Ronnie-
It's
Ron-
Monday.
Ronnie's got his serious face on. On Kanye, Ron, you know what? We've just drifted again, Ron. We've drifted. I think he's got some stuff going on in his brain. Because don't forget what.
He is married to a hobbit, apparently, after all.
He's not married no more, is he? Is he
he?
still married? He's
I
not
don't know if
married.
he's married, but he's separated from his.
Well, I was going to say he's.
Has she gone back to Middle Earth?
Yes, she's gone back somewhere. I know that,
Anyone
yeah.
listening to
Not
this?
said by me. South Park. South Park is the one that started the rumour.
Okay.
Kim, are you listening to this? Because somebody just dissed you.
Hold on.
I think Kim is listening.
Anyone listening to this show, please know that this is not Lenny's voice you hear. This is Anushka and Ronnie being disparaging and making these remarks about Kanye.
But I do love the trainers. Not.
Yay.
I don't know what.
Yay.
I don't know what to say.
Yay.
Yay, easy.
So what I was going to say, the one thing I was going to say about
Not
Kanye,
impressed at all.
the one thing,
was when they asked Barack Obama, who is the coolest man on this planet after Denzel, when they asked him what he thought about Kanye, he looked around in his mega cool way and he said, well, he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
And that's all he said and
Look,
carried
there's nothing
on.
else you can say about it. But the only thing I'll say about Kanye, the only thing I'll say, I mean, it's clear that he's got some mental health issues. So that is the only thing I can say.
So why are you mocking him and giving him Bozo of the Week then? Why are you doing that? Why?
Because I'm ruthless. I just wanted to be ruthless today. And I just felt because of the comment he made, I just needed to get out him out. I just need.
But do you know what?
Yeah, but I do have some issues with it.
With a lot of conspiracy theories over time, usually based in some level of truth. So who knows?
Yeah.
We will have to watch this space.
So Kanye's our Bozo of the Week. We did have them, but me and Anushka decided not to say ours because we're getting, we feel like we're in Korea or in Russia now. We're getting, what's the word? You get censored. We're getting censored so much by Sin nowadays. I'm not even. I know. I'm stalling, Sin. I'm stalling. Sin. I'm stalling. That's all. Shh. You're spoiling the stall. I'm stalling.
Last weekend,
Yeah. I'm stalling, Sin. Sin, you're outing me. You're outing me. Next thing you're out. Are you a racialist? Right. So go on. What we're going to say now, Ron?
Wow.
What was the last thing we was going to do?
Big up as well, Jerry P.
Who's Jerry B?
One of the DJs. Big up Ronnie and Lenny. Because no one wants to big you lot up.
So, hold on. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody wants to like Lenny and Ronnie. Apparently, apparently we're a bit. Is it racist and what else are we? I don't know. We're just can I call myself disgusted? Yeah. We are disgusting. So we've got Anushka here to lighten things up because no one wants to like us.
Oh.
Nobody wants to like us
Oh.
because apparently not me. I'm Ronnie. Lenny's disgusting. Lenny's really, really disgusting. So Lenny's the one who's got a cap on today. So if you want to come outside the station and punch him in the face, he's got a cap on and he's got a. Hold on, let me just have a quick look. He's got a blue shirt on with buttons on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to let you know, he's looking at me while he's saying that. So just to let you know, streamers. I mean, I'm gonna let you know, Lenny's 4'4". Are you 4'4"?
So just.
Oh, Danny's going to do that thing where he wraps it round his waist again when you say that.
So hold on. So. We're going to do a podcast, ladies and gentlemen, afterwards, and we've got the lovely Anushka beside us, and she talks sense, and she's got a really interesting point of view.
She balances us out, actually.
So anyone who wants to hear more... You speak for yourself. Anyone who wants to listen to some serious conversation about hair and stuff and body
Dysmorphic disorder.
That's it. Yeah. Anyone who wants to hear about that. There's no insults to Anthony Joshua, Jamaicans, Nigerians, Northerners.
And we're going to be very serious about this.
No, nothing to the LGBT, no women, nothing at all.
Anushka, how she needs to be treated.
This is just nice talk on the podcast, serious, informative information, maybe with a touch of levity and satire.
And
but
Anushka needs to be treated with respect.
Oh, I demand respect.
Oh,
thank you.
Anushka, I like the way you say that. Say it again. Oh, wow. Stop it. I'm getting excited.
She's got a whip in her streamers. Just,
Ron.
In their minds.
You know, who's Gerald?
I don't know. Ask Sin. I don't
Big
know.
up Jerry P. He's one of the DJs.
Jerry P.
Sunday, Lady J. And
But you know what?
No, that's the thing.
Anushka.
He's cool. I like him, Sin.
Can I have a look at your whip?
He's always dancing, and he's cool. I like him. I watch his show. He
gonna be wrapped around
seems
his neck,
genuinely
surely.
happy.
Oh, is it?
I like him.
He might be happy because you're not turning up to the studio on a Sunday.
Oh wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've kind of toned the show down a bit. We've got to get used to it.
Tone it down, have we?
Yeah, because Sin said not to say words and not to...
No, what, disgusting and whatever?
Don't try and be cute, Ron, and get me to say stuff. Sin says to turn it down, but we're going to ply Sin with some drinks and some Diwali treats in a minute, and hopefully...
And Rishi Sunak is the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
That's two things he's got to celebrate. Did he press that button? Oh, my
Management.
God.
Management.
Tumbleweed has just gone past, you know?
Okay. So, again, we want to thank Anushka and thank Ronnie for having Bozo of the Week. He was the only one that did have it. Me and Anushka never had it. We did have it, ladies and gentlemen. We did have it. But we did have it, but we decided not to say it because Sin is growling at us. So do you want to freestyle now, Ron, or should we let Anushka?
You know
what do you want to do?
What I would say, I was going
What
to
are you
ask Anushka.
Tell her,
if you
ask
can
her.
just, I know that you did speak earlier on, Anushka.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is just give us a layman's view or information of what you of your business, just so somebody can understand. What I'm trying to get at is that somebody can say, if when you talk about it, somebody will say, you know what, I'd love to do that. I'd really love to be a client of this person. So can you
Okay, so
in a nutshell,
so broadly speaking,
yeah.
But I'm going to keep it specifically just to hair, because I deal with lots of different people with lots of motivations.
Yeah.
So we've got very kind of simply speaking, we've got female pattern hair loss, which could come from a number of reasons. That could be sort of hormone driven, it could be post-pregnancy, it could be cancer driven, environmental, but ultimately being a woman with thinning hair, given the extra level of attention and credence, if you like, that hair is attributed to women. So you have Islam. The biggest beauty indicator of a woman is your hair. And even in secular or Western culture, if you look at some of the descriptions like crown and glory, it's all very centered around your femininity and your womanhood. So that's one aspect of how that can really affect people's confidence and how they're perceived in terms of hair loss. You also have men who have the same sort of attributes, if you like, depending on culturally where they come from. If men, lose their hairlines, it can, again, really affect their facial feature proportion. And also, I get a lot of young men who want to achieve certain looks, whether that's a tailored hairline or whatever it may be. I have also kind of mid to older men as well who feel that their opportunities at work or their ability to attract partners, all of these things are now affected. So right across the board, because of the focus of looks and how people are going to assess you, has had a fundamental and really profound impact on how people are living their lives, or the constraints that they put on themselves because they think that they're being judged differently because they're not able to present themselves in a way that they want to.
And the thing is, I know that on the podcast, and I know that it's something we discussed earlier, I am going to go back to that, the subject of vanity. I know that you were saying that it's not, but I will go back to it. I'm just going to let you know so we can explore that a bit more, yeah?
I think that vanity is a catch-all thing, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good.
Yes.
But people want to look good, for a number of different reasons.
Okay.
Now, that might be hiding insecurities. It might be because they feel it's expected of them culturally. Also, if you look at all of the kind of press and how we're supposed to present ourselves and what those looks mean, then actually it becomes automatically a much deeper reason for wanting to present in a certain way. Yes.
Yeah. How much do you think social media today has an impact on how people
Absolutely
want
huge.
to look? And do you think it's right or wrong as far as what social media is doing to how the mindset sets on how people look at themselves and think they should be or look like?
I think the biggest danger to the human race, if you like, or impact on illness is mental health. And I think you can directly attribute that to social media. Absolutely, 100%. The distorted view that children have, and even if you look at adults, I think 60% of all divorces cite Facebook as a reason. People are looking to go back to their youth because that's when they had their heyday. None of it is based in reality.
If you look at TikTok today, Instagram, TikTok was primarily made for the audience, for the viewership, you know?
Well, it's all
for
about
the
visual.
kids, sorry.
It's all about
it was
visual
aimed
stimulation.
for people who are under 18.
Absolutely,
Now,
but in the same way that Alco Pops were also stealthily marketed, and again, has had an impact. I think, now we're seeing a lot more boys with eating disorders, with body dysmorphic disorder. So where that used to be the domain strictly of women, now actually because the pressure, or even if you look at, black women were not subjected to the same visual references as white women were, with all the models, with all the covers. Actually, black women had a much healthier body relationship than, let's say, really broadly white women, because they weren't subjected to the imagery. And now that's all changed, actually. So you're finding in every single area of the community, we're all being bombarded with unrealistic you know, articles of swinging from the chandelier and losing baby weight within 2 seconds and doing this and doing that. And everyone, I think social media ultimately has sowed a seed of dissatisfaction that it's an itch that you can't scratch because it's unrealistic.
100%. So we're going to be signing off the Lenny and Ronnie show. Lenny's disappeared somewhere in the building.
Yeah, he's
Ronnie's still left here, not even
Yeah.
doing his job really properly. But one thing I want you to one piece of advice I want you to leave to young ladies out there who are listening about just, you know, social media, looks and encouragement.
What is attractive is confidence. And when you peel it all away, it doesn't matter how, there's always going to be someone older, younger, fatter, thinner, prettier, richer, or whatever. But ultimately, it's confidence. You know, it's the light within, and that is what people ultimately are going to be attracted to.
And that's where we're going to leave you. You've been listening to Ronnie and Lenny. Ronnie, you want to give
I
off?
am not saying anything. I'm on strike.
Oh, now you're on strike, yeah? All right, great. You seem like you on strike the whole
I
show,
am on
mostly.
strike,
Your
so
mind
get
was
out
everywhere
of
else.
my face. Get out of my face. It's a Lenny and Ronnie show. Good night.